normally when you think about making a 180 in your life, it's about conversion. And that seems to be a theme that would be more appropriate during Lent than at Easter. But the idea is of looking at 180 in the context of Easter is that Easter changes how we live. Easter changes how we relate to everything. And so as Christ, by his Easter rising, changed our whole understanding of death and life, in terms of new life, we have to, as Catholics, as Christians, live differently in the world. We have to make that 180. So the 180 is not just about preparing for Easter and then all of a sudden it stops. It's more important about how we live out that Easter call throughout the year. Sometimes Lent, we can simply prepare for Lent, and then Easter is kind of an anticlimactic thing because we've spent all of our time in Lent. Well, our Lenten journey brings us to the point where we begin to change and live differently in the world because of Easter. We're going to be looking at how our thinking changes because of the resurrection, how we're called to live courageously because of the resurrection, how we're called to, out of our own hurts, to live a different kind of life because we've been healed because of the resurrection, how we live our life in terms of our sharing of our resources, how the resurrection calls us to live that differently. So we're going to be looking at, and witnessing, how do we call to witness differently because of the resurrection. So those are the places where this 180, we're going to drill down so people can understand what is the effect of the death and resurrection of Jesus in our lives. The message is important because when we simply talk about the resurrection as something that happened to Jesus, we drain the life out of it. Jesus rose so that we might be different, so that how and our mission is in the world is different because of the resurrection. That's what we need to energize people around, is not just the celebration of Easter, but how it causes us to live differently every single day because of the resurrection. It's both in terms of our how we understand ourselves, how we experience ourselves, but also in terms of the practicalities of what does that mean practically in terms of real concrete decisions about how the resurrection affects us.